What's up, guys? So I'm going to use a different camera today. This is the camera I used to use all the time. It's just big, it's bulky, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's got a nice exterior mic, and I'm going to try to get some better sound for you to kind of show you what this turbo sounds like. I've had a lot of questions, you know, about the whistle and that kind of stuff. To be honest, though, the Wicked Wheel, it just doesn't whistle very much. That stock turbo, or the stock turbo wheel that came with my 38R, I've done some looking into it, and it's very similar to the Wicked Wheel 1. So I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's very similar. So maybe a chance, you know, some of you've asked, I don't know what you know, if you, when you bought your 38R or whatever, if you had a billet wheel with it, because a billet wheel is really going to make a big difference over, you know, a cast compressor wheel. You know, it's a lot lighter. The billet's a lot lighter, so it's going to spin a lot faster. Now, it feels different. The spool up time and all that stuff is a lot quicker with this Wicked Wheel 2. There is a little whistle, but it's nothing, I mean, to get excited about, really. You can barely hear it. I don't know, I haven't heard it outside the vehicle, so I don't know exactly what it sounds like outside. But yeah, I'm gonna try to set this camera up in here in the truck and kind of show you, or not show you, but listen, help you hear it a little better. So we'll give it a shot, see what happens, and we'll go from there. Alright, so in this video I have already installed the AirDog. That's the AirDog 1. It's the 150 gallon per hour. So I do have that on this video, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have this video up before I get up the AirDog install. So, you know, you might hear me talk about that if you haven't already seen it. With that stock wheel, I'm going to talk just a little bit, so you're going to have to listen to me talk. But with that stock wheel that I had, the original billet wheel that came with it, it had a very low end turbo noise as well. Like, you didn't have to really spool it up. I mean, as soon as you touch the gas, even just kind of putting around, I mean, you know, 5 miles an hour, as soon as you started moving, it started to whistle, which I kind of miss it a little bit now. I did go on a trip, it's been a couple months back, and the whistle was a little bit annoying. You know, when you're on the interstate or whatever, it was a little annoying, you know, for long periods of time. So, I mean, you may not want that whistle if you're, you know, really hauling weight. You know, the whistle's more for just show. I'm not sure if that whistle, it's not like a whistle. I need to get my truck aligned. Really bad, but it's not like a whistle. It's more, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a real big rush of air. heads up, this is 50 miles an hour. Well, right now I'm doing 40, but I'm gonna have my overdrive off to try to help it out a little bit more. That's 60. I mean, it jumps pretty quick. I'm gonna try to splice in some more sound here. Well, guys, I mean, it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. I do miss the whistle of my other turbo, the wheel anyway. I do miss the whistle. So I guess when you're, thinking about this Wicked Wheel 2, you got to ask yourself, do you want performance or do you want sound? It's hard to tell how much different in performance wise, the other turbo versus this turbo wheel. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm kind of curious to what you guys have to say about, kind of the modifications I've done. If you leave your comments below, let me know how I'm doing. I know you guys, I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of positive stuff, so I guess I'm doing something right. But just curious of, kind of everything that I've done, if you've been, watching throughout the build of this, and kind of where you think I should go next. I'm kind of scared, to tell you the truth, to do really too much more to the actual motor itself without doing injectors, and I don't want to do injectors until I do forged rods. So I'm kind of stuck right there. That's a big chunk of money to spend on that kind of stuff. Not to mention that my truck would be down for, hope to do it over a weekend, maybe. But I've just been so busy. I've also thought about, I've always said in the beginning that I didn't want to do a lift kit. I didn't want to go bigger tires. However, I saw the truck the other day, and so I saw a truck the other day, and it was white, kind of like mine. I don't know if I'll end up keeping this truck white always. I'm not sure. I thought about doing something kind of crazy as far as a paint job, or getting the whole vehicle wrapped. But I saw a truck very similar to mine, and it was lifted up about 6 inches, and it looked sharp. It had 37 inch tires on it, 37 1250s. So I mean, it looked good. It did. It looked good. So I thought about maybe going with a lift kit. One reason I've kind of always not wanted to do a lift is because I like to work on my stuff. I like to get up on my motor, and 6 inches, a 6-inch lift kit with a 3-inch body lift, that's 9 inches. It's 9 inches of cab height anyway. So that means my my whole front end's gonna be 9 inches higher. And it's already kind of a pain in the butt when you're working on your motor or something, you're trying to get up there. Now I'll have 9 more inches. So it's the only reason I've ever kind of stayed away from it. But I saw that truck and man, it looks sharp. If any of you guys, I know this is kind of a long video and I'm just kind of talking to you, but if any of you guys have lift kits on your trucks, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I've never had a lift kit on any of my trucks. Any truck I've ever owned, I never put a lift kit on it. I've always kind of kept them stock, you know, because you're putting a lot more strain on your, you know, your transmission, your ball joints. I mean, just everything ends up with more strain. So, you know, without, I mean, obviously I'd probably do the right adapters and get all that stuff done. I'm also want to put a locker rear in my truck. So there's just so much stuff. I mean, if I had like $30,000 to just blow in this truck, it still wouldn't be done. It's crazy. I mean, you just add-ons forever. So I forgot where I left off when my other camera died. But I forgot where I left off. But I was kind of asking you guys, just if you can send me pictures of your trucks with lift kits. If you like your lift kit, if you hate it, pros and cons of it. I've never had one. So I mean, a lot of my buddies have them. They do a lot of off-roading and stuff like that. I'm typically not an off-roader. You know, I don't take my truck off-road very frequently. I'm not doing any rock climbing or anything. Just curious what you guys have to say about it. I'm approaching 500 subscribers, you know, probably the next few weeks, who knows. This channel's growing like crazy. I didn't expect it when I started this channel. It's not what I intended to do. I simply saw some people out there. There was very little information on the 7.3s as far as like videos and stuff like that go, of installs and just general stuff, just upgrades, other people that they've done to their trucks. There's just not very many. There's one other guy I've seen. He's got a 7.3 van. I can't remember the name of his channel. But I've seen some stuff he's done, but nothing, not like a lot of modifications. Now, I haven't done like a lot of modifications. I've done quite a few, but there's there's just so much. There's so much to do. I mean, you could do 1,000 videos on upgrades. It's, you just gotta have some deep pockets. And my pockets aren't that deep. So, it's a slow progress. Oh my goodness, railroad tracks. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna cut the video right here. Hopefully I've got enough sound for you guys on this turbo situation that I got going on. I'm kind of weighing back and forth. I don't know if I want to go back to my original turbo. Kind of stinks since I already paid the money for this one. But you know, I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait a little bit longer, leave this turbo in. One reason is I do not feel like taking my turbo off again. Oh man, the last time when I just put this one on, I was like, I'm never taking this turbo off again unless I absolutely need to. Thanks guys, you know, as always, I'll see you next time.